Good morning, students. How are you all? I wish all of you are good at home. Students, today we will discuss about Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access is a database management system which is offered by Microsoft. So it is our relational database management system. It uses Microsoft Jet database engine and comes as a part of Microsoft Office suite of application. We know that there are many we can say software in MS Office suite. There is Microsoft Excel, there is Microsoft PowerPoint, there is Microsoft Word, and similarly we have Microsoft Access as a part of Microsoft Office. Microsoft Access offers the functionality of database and the programming capabilities to create easy to navigate screens. So easy to navigate screen are our forms. So forms are used to edit and to update data in the database. It helps you to analyze large amount of information and manage data efficiently. So Microsoft Access has the same look and feel as that of the other Microsoft Office products. Means its layout, its navigational aspect. So all are similar to the other Microsoft Office products. But MS Access is a database and it is a relational database. Okay. Now we will discuss about the extension. Before MS Access 2007, the file extension was .mdb, Microsoft database. But in MS Access, but after MS Access 2007, the extension has been changed to this one, .accdb, Access database. So the version 2007 and all the later version, they can read and change the earlier versions of Access. Okay. MS Access provides data definition, data manipulation, and data control features that you need to manage large volumes of data. So what are these data definition, data manipulation, and data control features? They are the part of sequential or structured query language, SQL, structured query language. Data definition language is used to create the database which deals with the structure of the database. Data manipulation deals with the operations on the database, and data control deals with the various commands which are used to control the transactions on the database. Now we will discuss about various objects. So our first object is table. You are already aware of what are tables. They are used to represent our data in row and columns. When we create a new table, Microsoft Access asks to define a field which is known as a column headings, and each field have a unique name and data type. So tables contain fields or columns that store different kinds of data. It can be numeric, it can be alphanumeric, or it can be text. We also define a primary key. So in our last video I have discussed about primary key. So primary key is a column which contain unique values, and this primary key is used to identify records within a table, and we cannot leave the column null which we have or which we are using as a primary key. We need to write values in each cell of the column which we are using as our primary key. The next object is our query. So query is an object that provides a custom view of the data from one or more tables. Queries are a way of searching for and compiling data from one or more tables. Query is just like asking a question from a database. When we build a query in Access, we are defining a specific search condition to find exactly the data we want. So we use SQL, structured query language, to create our queries. We can define our queries to select, update, insert and delete our data. The next object is our form. Form is an object in desktop database which is designed primarily for data input or display or for control of the application execution. Forms are used for entering, modifying and viewing records. When we enter data in a database, we use form. For modifying or updating the data, we again use this form. And to view the values from the database, we use form. And the next object we have report. So forms are used for input function and reports are used for output function. So reports is an object in desktop databases designed for formatting, calculating, printing and summarizing the selected data. We can view a report on our screen before we print it. If forms are for the input purposes, then reports are for the output purposes. Then reports are for the output purposes. Reports are useful because they allow us to represent components of our database in an easy to read format. Next object we have macros. So macros are similar to the macro we have studied in Excel. So they just record the steps to perform a particular task. This object is a structured definition of one or more actions that we want Access to perform in response to a defined event. So this is a collection of actions that we want MS Access to perform. So an access macro is a script for doing some job. So we will record the steps and create a macro, and we can run this macro number of times, okay, to perform the same task again and again. Now we will see the interface of Microsoft Access 2010. So here we will create a blank database, and from here we will give the location, and I am selecting desktop, and this is the name of our database. By default it is database 1. Okay, and here click on the create button. So this is the interface of Microsoft Access. This is our title bar. So this is the name of the file, database 1. Okay, this is our ribbon, which includes our tabs home, create, external data. These are tabs, and these are options which are divided into different groups. So this is our ribbon. There can be more tabs like form layout tools and table tools, which will appear when we are working with objects like forms and tables, etc. This is our quick access toolbar. So it contains options which we use frequently. If we need some more options here, so we can select from this arrow. For example, if I want print preview, so I will select here, so this option will come outside here. So all the frequently used options are in this quick access toolbar. Okay, and if we are finding that this ribbon is occupying large space of the screen, so we can, from this arrow, we can minimize this ribbon. Click here. Now you can see all the options are hidden. So in this way we can minimize our ribbon area, and from here we can expand and compress this option. This is our file tab. File tab have the options like save object as, open, close. Okay, this is our navigation pane. So navigation pane contains a list of all the objects which are in our database. So we can also search for, rename, open and delete different objects. For this we need to select the object and right click, and we can perform different functions on the objects. For example, open, rename, delete, cut, copy. So we can perform various actions on the objects which are showing in this navigation pane. Students, if we want to make changes in this ribbon, means the tabs and the options, we can go to the file tab, and from file tab select options. This will open access option dialog box, and from the customize ribbon, this option, we can customize our ribbons. We can delete our tabs and options, and we can also add these options on the ribbon. So this is our tabs or options which are already in the ribbon, and these are the options which we can add to our ribbon. So from here, customize ribbon option, we can customize our ribbon of Microsoft Access. Students, there is one more topic in PDF, which is data type. So you will do data types by yourself. So data types are used to identify the data or the type of the data. So data type can be integer, it can be text, it can be decimal, and there are different data types for date and time. Okay, so you will do yourself.